What's going on, mother truckers? What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? What's going on, mother truckers? How is everybody doing today? Just want to get the day started. Thank you so much for joining. Hopefully the stream's looking all right. On my side, it says it's not looking that great, but we'll jump on and we'll get to this. So, what day is today? That tells you how much I'm trucking right now, right? What day is today? I'm trucking and today's Friday, right? So hopefully everyone is having a blessed day. And I just want to welcome everyone and appreciate you guys for being a mother trucker. So, all right. So, we're talking about trucking jobs. I just want to show you guys something real cool. Real cool, real quick. So, these mother trucker hats. People been wanting them, so I was like, hey, I'll go ahead and get some made. Here's the cool part right here, man. How cool is this? Let me put this up to you guys, see if you guys can see this. It's too flashy. But right here, if you look at this right here, it says, "We make the world go round trucking." So, it's definitely kind of cool. Let me try and get it out of the light so it doesn't glare a bit. I guess you guys won't be able to see that, but on the words around it is basically, "We make the world go round." So, welcome to the Asian Mai Show. Appreciate you guys. Alright, let's get into this topic right now. I like the song right here. It's making me do this. If you never see me dance, you gotta check some of my videos because I'm actually a pretty damn good dancer. I don't care what anyone says. But happy Friday. Alright, with that. Okay, first things first, okay? So a lot of people's trying to reach out to me. They're like, "Hey, Asian Mai." My name's Alex, by the way. "How the hell do I reach you? I need to know. I need to talk to you. I need someone to talk to at night, and I want that voice to be yours." So I'm like, okay, just reach out to me, man. Reach out to me. I'm out here. Join this Mother Trucker Academy for free, and basically I know it's going to take you to this. And what I basically do is it's an email list, and it makes it easier for me to be able to email everyone. That's the truth. You know, I put trucker jobs, I put everything. People that are currently on the list now, they know that by being on this list, I hook you up, man. Call me, talk to me. If you want to talk about your girlfriend leaving you because you've been trucking too much, or your boyfriend leaving you because he found another woman, whatever the case might be, you know, we can email each other on there, and I could contact you and we could talk for hours. Jenna loves that. I talk to strange men all day. So, that being said, let's get to the topic. So, how did Walmart crack the code? And it's no special guess to you, but but it's pretty simple. But we're gonna go through reasons real quick, and I want to go through this because you need a good understanding of where this is coming from to begin with. Okay, so let's get into this right here. First thing first. All right, we have to figure out why there's such a massive truck driver turnover to begin with. And so I just want to go over this list, and so you guys can know why there is a big truck shortage. And definitely comment below and let me know what you think about this and why you think there's a big truck shortage, okay? And so on the list, why is there such a big truck shortage? All right, there's a couple reasons. Okay, number one, the current CDL driver shortage causes increased competition among trucking companies for the same driver. All right, so basically, that's easy to understand. Since there is a shortage right now, I know they've been talking about shortage. These trucking companies are doing their best to persuade you to come to their company, and because of that, that's why, you know, there's such a big turnover. Okay? And, you know, I thought about myself. Everyone has thought about it. Hey, my company is treating me like crap, and I'm thinking about moving. to a better company that pays better, and every commercial, every freaking advertisement is saying this company does more, they care about us, they're doing what they need to do to take care of us, right? So a lot of people are leaving, and that is a big reason because there is a truck shortage right now, and all these companies they're competing for you. And so the way most companies compete for you is they lie to you and tell you that things are better on the other side, right? Another big reason for the turnover, as you can read here, is unforeseen problems causes the driver to have a bad week. All right. Just like Murphy Law says, basically whenever whatever can go wrong will go wrong for drivers when run OTR, right? So when you're reading this, the driver's truck may break down, loads may be canceled, weather may cause the driver to get shut down, pre-plans. I can't tell you how many times, when it rains, it hurricanes, it pours. I can't say that enough. So unforeseen problems is definitely a big reason for turnovers in the truck driving world, okay? Your dispatcher might tell you, hey, I need you to be here 6 o'clock in the morning tomorrow. So what do? You drive, you get there, and you get there at 6 o'clock in the morning. You get to the shipper, and they tell you, you know what? We're not even expecting you. We don't even know who you are. We want you to wait. So you're here waiting. You're pissed. Why? Because your company doesn't even really pay for wait time. And when they do, they don't start it for a couple hours. Now you're waiting the whole day, and they say, no, we're not going to take your load because the load is broken or there's things wrong with it, okay? So all these things are happening, and you're pissed. You're upset. And when you're mad like that, you're like, dude, I am going to quit my job today. I don't give a crap what you say. I'm donezo, right? And of course, if you're a owner-operator, your truck breaking down every week, a lot of times it's just that setback. And because of that setback, you're like, dude, I'm done. And because of that, there's a big turnover, okay? So the next reason why there is a big turnover in trucking, okay, and you agree with this or not, you comment below. You let me know what you're feeling about this. Let's see. Drivers feel like they were lied to about the job, okay? So I think that's a big one. Most people get into this. All right, you have to remember what everyone's job is. If you understand what their job is, you understand where they're coming from. What is a recruiter's job? A recruiter's job is to get you to work for this company because they're going to get some commission so they can feed their family, right? So their primary goal is to make sure that you sign up with this company. Why? So that they can provide for their family. Most of them are on commission, right? What do you want? Well, what you want is you're trying to find the best company possible. So the person you're talking to actually doesn't have your best interest. When you think about that out loud, you start understanding where the communication problem is, right? And the example I love to use is when you go and you want to go buy, just say you want to go buy a car, okay? Your goal is to get the cheapest price. The salesman's goal is to sell it for the most amount of money. When both people's strategies or goal does not mix, something's going to happen. And I'm sure that's why most of you that go, car shopping have a crappy experience. So that's why I would say a lot of people probably feel that companies are lying to them, because the person that's telling you to go to this company doesn't have your best interest. They just want you on so they could get that money, right? Money rules the world. It's sad to say, but everyone has an angle. As long as your angle and their angle is the same thing, then you're legit and you're good to go. All right. So now that we talked about why there are turnovers and it's so high, we can understand why there is a truck shortage, and there will basically continue to be a truck shortage. All right. So Amazon is one big, basically, player that people are saying that is ruining trucking. But if you think about it, look at all these big box stores. Look at the Toys R Us's that went out of business. Look at all the Subways got their own problems. But look at all these big companies that are just going out of business. And it's not just Amazon, it's just people online, okay? If you think about the training that it takes for someone to become a truck driver, Okay, you got to go get your permit. You got to pay for the truck school. You got to get your training. And then, like, 6 months later, so it takes about 6 months to be like a full fledged trucker. You know how many people turn like 18 years old, get a credit card, and start ordering stuff online? That happens like every day. So if it takes 6 months to get a trucker, and every single day people are turning 18 years old and they're going online to buy stuff, the big problem is they're buying stuff online, right? The second problem is they're clicking next day shipment. I know you and me, when we click for next day shipment, we're thinking the same thing. It's going to come the next day. We're not thinking in our mind that, hey, a truck driver is going to have to take this, going to have to pick up the product from the warehouse. They're going to have to drive it here, drop it here, A, B, C, D, right? People aren't thinking that. They click next day shipment and it's like it better come. So the more people that click next day shipment, the more people that are getting their credit card, going into debt, buying stuff online. That's happening every day. I don't even know the statistics on that. Thousands of people every day are coming into the market of getting a credit card and buying stuff online, hitting next day shipment, and now us as a truck driver, we got to go deliver it. Well, if it takes 6 months to a year to basically get one truck driver, I'm sorry, but if 1,000 people a day are buying stuff and it takes 6 months to a year to get one truck driver, you're going to see why there's going to be a truck shortage forever, right? So the real question is, how did Walmart crack the shortage code, the crisis? I would say more or less, how did Walmart, or what is Walmart doing to help crack the turnover rate? That's it, right? Because any mega carrier, you look at it, they have 100% turnover rate, which means that anyone that works at a mega carrier, they're leaving to another company or they're quitting. Okay, so let's look at what Walmart is actually doing right here. Give me one second. So I can't say this enough. I see this everywhere, but I'm not sponsored by CDL Life or anything like that, but I just love supporting basically channels, streams, blogs that just dedicate their time to trying their best to give us truckers information. So CDL Life, I feel like they do a great job of that, okay? Now, as you're reading this article, you're going to see what they're trying to do is jack up the driver pay. All right, and that sounds simple, but they say Walmart appears to have cracked the code to hiring and retaining hundreds of new truck drivers in the mid of driver shortage, and their revolutionary new plan starts with paying them more money. Okay, on January 23rd, Walmart announced that startup in February, they'll be increasing driver pay by 1 cent per mile to a total of nearly 89 cents per mile. The company says that this per mile increase coupled with an extra dollar for every arrival means the average pay for the first year driver will increase from $86,000 to $87,500. Okay, so this pay increase along with 21 days of paid vacation. 21 days of paid vacation, people. Dang, right? The bennies, the benefits, all that, right? Guarantee of a stable work schedule sets a new industry standard for how trucking companies can attract and retain drivers. All right, so I mean, you want us truck drivers to work for you, pay us more money, right? So if I'm doing the quick math, they say that most drivers, if you're working OTR, okay, we're working about an average of 2,000 miles a week. All right, I don't want to hear it. I know a lot of you drive more than that, but the average is about 2,000. So if we're looking at 89 cents, right, times 2,000 miles a week, we're looking at, I don't know if you guys can see this, if it'll focus in or not. It won't focus in. Let me see. But you're looking at around 1,780. So about 1,800 a week. All right. You take the 1,800, times it by 4. You're looking at 7,200 gross. Times it by 12. You're looking at about 86,400. So they're about right. So if you really think about it, You want us truck drivers to stay? This is for you companies out there watching this because you're trying to find a way. Okay? Stop trying to find a way to give us bonuses. Like, the only reason I know about the bonus structure for US Express is because we had someone that interviewed and said that basically they're going to give you that $10,000 bonus, but they're going to give you $500 for every 60,000 miles, and it might take you 4 or 5 years to get that money. We don't care about bonuses. Unless you're going to give me that $10,000, $20,000 right now in my pocket right now to help me, maybe if you're going to give me more money, help me buy a truck for free and make me sign a contract then that I got to work for you, maybe I'll do that, right? A lot of trucking companies are trying to say, hey, I will pay for your school. I think education is important. I think that's dope as hell. But here's the thing. I need to work right now. I need to find a way to pay and support my family right now. I don't need to go to school right now. That sounds dope. I dig it. That's like a benefit of a benefit. But don't be doing that to me. If you're going to pay all this money and say, hey, it's for the education, pay that money to my paycheck first. You know what I'm saying? So overall, the trucker shortage is always going to be here because of the Amazons, of the big internet sales, of the people charging their card and wanting that 1-day shipment. They're gonna need truck drivers forever because of the shortage. Okay, right? And that might lead us to another thing like automation or something like that. But truth be told, pay us more money. And I don't even want to hear the word CPM no more. I'll tell you this, man. If you trucking companies are watching us right now talking about this, the word CPM, in my lifetime, if a truck driver is a truck driver and doesn't know what CPM is, they only know what percent per load is. They only know what salary is. They only know what hourly pay is. And everybody knows what benefits is, but nobody knows what cents per mile is. I'll be happy as hell because you're paying the truck, but you're not paying the driver. That's the main problem that people have. And the funny thing about it is Walmart kind of got it right to get with, right? And a lot of people are like, oh, that's the cream of the crop. You can't even get on Walmart. You're going to have like a perfect record. You're going to have years of experience. Well, guess what? Use Walmart as an example. They should have been using Walmart as an example. I know how businesses work. Why? Because I've run and owned businesses. I understand where they're coming from, but we got to change our way of thinking. If you own Swift and you are like, okay, I need to get Swift drivers, instead of saying, hey, how can I keep my drivers and pay them more money? What Swift is doing is they're like, hey, let me go look at CR England. Let me go look at Prime. Okay, Prime is paying 35 cents. Okay, I'll pay 35 cents. You know what I'm saying? I understand that when you own a business, you don't want to pay out and you only want to stay where your competitors are staying at. But you know what? If we stop going to these companies and allowing ourselves to work for dirt money, then after a while, these companies are going to have to bump up their pay. You know what I'm saying? That's the truth. Because we need to stop telling ourselves, hey, I'll work for a junk company, get that year experience, and then go work at a better company. Right? Because honestly, there's going to be tiers, right? There's going to be tiers. Like, you're going to go work at a mega carrier. He's going to pay you 25 cents a mile, 28 cents a mile. And then you get your year experience in. And then the next level, they'll be like, oh, you have some experience? I'm going to pay you 50 cents a mile, right? Oh, you have a little bit more experience? I'm going to pay you this. It goes in full circle and it sucks, right? What they should just be doing is saying, hey, I'm going to pay you right. Why are companies actually comment below about this? Why are companies actually saying to themselves, I'm okay that they're gonna quit. We're just a mega carrier company and we give them the training that they need. They're gonna make some BS pay, and then after that they're gonna quit. So we just need a driver for a year, right? Why don't they switch their thinking and say, how do we gain this driver for life? Hey, when you're new, you're going to be making this kind of money, okay? But that money's going to be enough to provide. And For trucking, for how hard trucking is, no, we are not just driving a truck, but for how hard trucking really is, I would say minimum net $1,000 a week net, okay? Minimum. So I could live off of 4,000 if I'm living in like Arizona, Texas, or something like that net. Okay, I can make that work if I'm brand new. But why do they think that? Hey, I'm going to keep this guy for he's gonna quit after a year. We're gonna give him the BS pay, and then he'll quit after a year, and we're okay with that. And then we'll use a recruiter to get more people and hook them that way, right? I wish the word recruiter, if you pay right, you don't even have recruiters, man. Why would you even need a recruiter? Because everybody would stay. You wouldn't even make sense, right? So, Walmart is onto something, and they've been onto something. And the trick is pay us what we're worth, man. I don't even want to hear 89 cents a mile. I don't want to hear that. What I want to hear is I'm going to make great money for not being around my family. Truth be told, the reason why there is such a big shortage is because trucking sucks. I'm not here to play you. Trucking sucks. And what part of trucking sucks? Being in the truck is cool. Driving is cool. Being on the road, all that good stuff, that's cool. But when your kid, when your wife, when your girlfriend, when your husband is like, I need you home. I need you home for a birthday. I need you home for Christmas, right? I need you. And I know these holidays can be BS sometimes, no disrespect to anyone, for religious reasons, right? But let's be honest. Why do people quit trucking? Why has anyone that you've ever seen quit trucking? They quit trucking because they start missing home. And so when somebody gets paid, think of all the jobs where people get paid a lot of money because they're making a sacrifice, right? Why don't we get paid like that? You know what I'm saying? We should get paid for missing home. Since we're not home, we should get a per diem for that. We should get a per diem of like an extra $1,000 a month for missing home, right? And then I know you're gonna say, okay, if you're missing home, you chose that lifestyle. No, without us trucking, there is no America. Okay, there is no country, right? We've talked about it before. If you stop trucking for a couple days, everything starts shutting down. It'll become like an apocalypse. It'll be like 28 days later. So when it really comes down to it and you're thinking about it, they need us. Even though, yes, we choose to be a truck driver, the world needs truck drivers. I don't care what you say, they need truck drivers. And because of that, if you're willing to take that route and you're willing to not be there for your family, for your kid's birthday, for your what have yous, we should get more pay just because of that, right? And so Walmart has been on the right path, but the fact that the first thing they're thinking is, if we want to get drivers, we need to pay them more money. Well, I think that's a great start. Tell me definitely what your thoughts about this is. I know that as far as it really goes, I know a lot of people are afraid of automation, right? If you don't know what that is, watch Terminator. You'll see what happened in there, right? Basically, self-driving trucks. And the truth be told, I don't think that that's going to take over our business for a few reasons, okay? The first reason is it's just like an airplane scenario. For years now, if you've been on an airplane, there's a pilot in there. But his job is to take off and land. When you're in the air, that's autopilot. Okay? That's like what trucking will be. That thing can drive, but when it comes to taking off, when it comes to parking, when it comes to unloading, that's where they're going to need us, right? So that's not going to happen. The second part is they're going to have to pass a bill saying that they're going to allow automation to take over, where over 3.5 million truck drivers will not have a job. You tell me who's going to sign that bill, and I know who will. The companies will, the big conglomerates will, but let's be honest. The people to pass that bill, the truck drivers, they're not going to pass it, right? The people aren't going to, that'd be a scary world if they did. Of course, they always reword things, but there would have to be a bill to pass allowing millions of jobs to go away. It's kind of like, remember when Detroit had that big problem, and basically the government bailed out all the big companies because they didn't want all of those thousands, hundreds and thousands of people to not have a job, right? And so they bailed them out, and that's why they're still here, right? So I don't think that's gonna happen. Yes, I think that there's gonna come a time coming soon. It's already happening. There's a lot of companies. They're basing a lot of their companies actually out in Arizona and out in Georgia. If you look up and do the research, you're gonna see a lot of companies that already have been doing research and have driverless, basically automated trucks, and they're just doing straight runs, right? They're testing it out. But I really don't think that it's going to take over, okay? And it's going to be here. It's already here, actually. So I'm not a fool, but it ain't going to take my moving job. Shoot. A robot ain't going to want to move furniture. It's going to crush everything for sure. Because there's certain parts of our jobs that we do that robots cannot do. And the biggest part to that is our emotion and how we treat people. I'm sorry, but most people care about relations and emotions. And when it comes to, like, for example, my job as a mover, when someone says that they have this, this one product in their home, or this furniture piece that has been passed down from family to family, and they want it to have extra care, a robot's not going to be able to do that. They're not going to be able to compute what the heck they're talking about. Okay. So, so that's not going to happen. All right. So, worst comes to worst, just know that if your job is basic, if your job is boring, if your job is easy, if you feel like you have the most cush job in the world, and yes, I'm talking to some of you out there, right? I don't care if you're trucking or not. If your job is that easy and that simple, then I'm sorry, but someone can take your job over, and the fact be, it might be a robot. It might, look into your stores now. Look at your Publix. Look at your Safeway, Safe Marts. Look around. Even I went in CVS the other day, right? And they had one worker there, and the rest was just these self-checkouts. It's already here. All this stuff is already here. But when I want to complain to the CVS because they don't have my butt cream, I'm not going to be able to yell at the freaking service, service clerk. I'm going to need one. I'm going to need a manager nearby so I could tell him what the heck my issue is. And so he could go and get me more butt cream. All right. So those quick checkouts won't do that. That's just the truth, right? But if you have any questions about the trucker shortage, things like that, or you would like to just basically talk about your scenario of what you think that will be, definitely, let me know. You guys can reach out to me. Let me actually give you my number. You guys can call me if you want to talk about it a little bit. Let me see what I got here. All right. If you want to go ahead and call in at 786-353-5674, and we could talk about this trucker shortage and see if Walmart is basically on the right path of doing this, if you feel that they're legit or not. And we'll leave this open for about a couple minutes. Please, when you call, just know that we got to keep it short. There might be a lot of callers call. No, I'm just kidding, man. I always got time for everybody, man. I'm never going to change. But I'm super excited about this. To be honest, I didn't want to make any hats or anything like that, because making hats is so dang expensive, man. You cannot profit off this, man. That's just the truth. But people were asking about this hat, so I just made some. So just to recur, take back my expenses for the hat. I was thinking it's probably gonna have to be like $25. I don't know, but yeah, it says we make the world go round, trucking. So we make the world go round trucking, baby. So that's kind of cool. But I just want something cool. I like wearing these, man. So I don't know. People are telling me, but you know how it goes. People are like, dude, make some hats, so that we could get some. And then no one wants any. But you know what? That's cool because then I got a whole bunch of hats. Maybe I could do some giveaways, right? That'd be cool. I'll start doing that. Maybe I'll start doing some giveaways as well. I'll leave the lines open for a little bit. Let me go back to playing some of this music. I like this jazz music that they had going on. That was some cool beans, man. Let's get this going. I know a lot of people are asking like, hey, when the hell are you gonna get back to work, man? I'll go back to work when there's a job. That's for dang sure. Let me jump on here. Let me say thank you to all the people that jumped on. Appreciate you guys very, very much, man. The support has been so crazy. The support has been so crazy, you know what I mean? Animal the Trucker, yo, sup. I was just looking into applying there. Bam, get that. Do it. The Georgenic 40. Walmart third parties, they're trucking out to other companies to reduce stressful time on their own company drivers. Man, look at that, man. That's something. We got a call. Should we answer it? Hello.
Hey, Alex, it's me, Alex. The evil Alex. What's
Hey.
up, Alex Express.
What's up, brother?
I'm good, man. I just want to thank you for the inspiration. When you pop up to my channel, my live feeds, I really, get a lot of subs every time, you help me out, with your shout-outs and your support. Yeah, I appreciate that, man. You're always innovative, man. You're never, you're always switching it up and keeping it interesting with your formats. You interview people, on the road and on the phones, and you give insight. You do like those news reports, and even if you're busy with your family, when they're playing instruments and all that, you have time for them, and you also have time for us YouTubers. It's pretty cool. I like that. I appreciate that.
Man, thanks so much, man. And if you guys don't know, man, Alex, please put your information down, man, because Alex puts out legit information, genuine information about how he feels about just his life, trucking. Now, what trucking company do you work for, Alex?
I'm about to leave soon, but I'm here at Swift. I've been here for almost 5 years. 3 as a company, and then the rest, as an owner, lease operator at Swift Transportation.
Oh, so you'd be perfect to talk to right now. So for all the people that are listening, watching this, and might think of Swift, and you're leaving yourself. So a lot of times people can't get the right information from recruiters. Okay, what kind of company would Swift be good for, if any at all? And would you recommend them? And
well, they were merged last year with Knight, and Knight is a progressive company. They're allowing owner operators with not yet, but they're working on their own, like a Snyder board, where they get the choices of hundreds of choices versus being dispatched. So that's their next big move. And now they're going to they're letting us take the trucks out. So if you're an owner and you don't like it here, you pay 5% of the truck's residual, true value. You give them money for that. Like, let's say if it's $100,000 truck, you give them 10,000, well 5,000, and you put it out. It's called putting out. Just like Snyder, where you take a Snyder truck anywhere you want, either with your authority or So you could do that now here at Swift, but if you decide to stay, you'll have your own logistics load board where you'll be picking your own freight with hundreds of choices versus being dispatched. So pretty soon, it'll be similar to the Snyder IC board, the Snyder board. It'll be similar to that pretty soon here, in terms of that. Yeah. So.
Okay. So overall, because of the merge, it sounds like you'd still recommend them for people to join, huh?
Alex.
Tell me.
I'm still here.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be honest.
You don't have to bash a company to tell the truth.
No. You know
right?
what? I'm gonna be honest though. You know what?
Let's hear it.
I'm gonna be honest because you're straight up, and I would recommend where you could pick your own freight. We both know that's the name of the game. So like a Snyder or a Treat, where they let you pick more choices. At this point, they don't have that board yet. They're working on it. You could become an owner and take the truck out though. If you don't like it here, after a few months, you could go somewhere else with the truck. Just make the payments. A brand new 2019 right now is $575 a week, and when you give that down payment, it'll reduce that $575 to like between $400 and $420, right around there, because you're giving a down payment per week, and that includes a $275,000 bumper-to-bumper warranty, and then after that, a $550,000 motor warranty, and then a $750,000 mile transmission warranty. So that's here with the 2019. The key word is 2019 and up. So so that's what you're going to get when you come here, but you don't have the choice to pick your own freight, which is why I feel like that. Like once they do that, this company will be great because Knight is taking over and they're doing their thing here. So,
No, that makes sense. That makes a lot of sense. So for everybody that's watching this, if you want to have control of your freight as far as picking the loads, the actual freight where you want to go, then that might be a different company for you. But if you don't mind that, then that'd be all right. Now, not to get into your personal money, because I got you on the phone.
Oh, it's okay. Go ahead.
What does a person that has been working for Swift as a lease owner operator, what kind of money would they be netting in a month?
Like what you take home, that varies on your hustle, like sleeping at the shipper. I mean, you mentioned this before in your videos. Your videos are very educational. We all know like our YouTube channels has like a large percentage of newbies wanting to know stuff, and your channel does that. Like you give out that, and you said this before, like go to the shipper, be there, be prepared, and doing things like that gives you more money. Like planning yourself properly with the, the hours of operation. Like let's say your hours of service, make sure everything's legit, and then if you pre-plan your loads and hustle, you could probably make as a lease operator like if I was doing a true hustle, I'm talking about I don't want to use curse words. Like a true hustle, right. I would probably make 180,000 to 190 gross, and then work out the numbers. The truck payment is 575, insurance, and all that's probably like 280 plus. You know what? It'll be like 250 to 280. Those payments, and you deduct that, and your fuel. You figure out your operations. Like you divide 7 miles into, let's say, 1,000 miles. You get how many gallons should it be? Then there'll be a certain amount per gallon. Like let's say 3 miles per gallon, and you add that, and it'll give you a total of what your fuel is. And then if you know how to kind of handle all that on the business side and always keep that hustle in between, because being dispatched, like you said, is different than picking your own freight.
Right.
So being dispatched, you got to really, 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 really hustle. And that's the key, hustle on the dispatch. And they'll like that, and they'll start feeding you and, giving you the proper freight. So you could make, if you don't really want to drive, real hard, you can make an average of 120, 130, and then you could probably pop 40,000, 50,000, depending on your expenditures and what you got to get home. But netting, you're talking about no less than 40, right around the 30 and 40 range if you just want to drive average. But if you want to do a hustle, which I recommend, you could easily pop 150 to 180 real easy. And that's what I do. I do high averages because I drive a lot.
So
For now, I got my own authority and all that, so I'm going to activate it, and I'm trying to buy the truck right here, right now. But yeah, anyway.
So you can make a lot of gross to the truck, but to your pocket, if you're hustling hard, you'd be making about 50, something like that?
I'm going to be honest, between 30 and 40 if you're just driving average.
Okay.
But if you hustle, you can probably pop, net-wise, you can probably take 50 if you hustle a little bit. Now, if you hustle a lot, you can make – it's all about the hustle, to be honest, man. Like, you got the luxury of moving and making a lot of money, which is a great – your market there, your niche is real great. That pays pretty well. And, yours is kind of different. But, and this right here, like when you're getting dispatched with a big company, a mega carrier, they'll probably pop like 70%, 80%. And you want to reverse that by picking your own freight. So if you go to Snyder or Crete or anybody where you could pick, or like Travel Oco, where you could pick your own freight, now there's a difference between picking your own freight at Travel Oco because you're going to be picking freight on the spot market. So you'll be competitive in terms of the rate and able to negotiate. But if you go to Snyder, you're picking freight that's contractor freight, and you're limited with it. It's really not a load board; it's a load choice. The key word is choice board, but it's a great board if you're a new guy trying to figure out freight and how to plan yourself. I thank 7 guys from Swift as owner-operators here that I recruited, and they're there, and they love it. 3 of them got their own authority, and 4 are at Snyder picking their own freight, trying to save up for that truck so they could leave. But they love it over there. And again, I'm not Swift as within Snyder. But right now, the question is, would I recommend? Hey, I'm gonna be honest. I recommend Snyder first, to be honest. And if Swift hears me, hey, that is what it was.
No. This nothing will hurt you because you're not saying anything bad about anything. That's the way I like to keep it. And I appreciate your honesty. So if you guys want to run hard for Swift, even being a lease operator, you're looking at about 30, 40, 50 if you run hard. So from a person
to the truck
to the So to a person working there themselves, they might recommend a company like Schneider or something else. Now, here's my question to you.
If you want to pick your own freight and control, you want to get a Schneider where you can pick your own freight. Now, if you want to pick spot market freight, you'll go with something like Jeff Like, Travel Oco, or Patriot Star, where you're using their authority and to pick national freight on the spot market, which is Snyder is similar, like I said, but they're contracted freight, so there's limitations. There's kind of trade freight. It's still a great option versus, like you don't want somebody that's getting paid $10, $20, $15 an hour to be picking your freight because even though they mean well, the way it's set up by a mega carrier, that person that's getting $10, $12 an hour to dispatch you doesn't care about what you got to take home.
No, I hear you.
What I mean?
No, I hear you. So my question to you,
pick your own freight.
So my question to you, Alex, is if we're talking about how Walmart is willing to pay you almost $90,000 to $100,000, and you don't even got to own your truck, have you applied there before?
Well, I got like a lot of choices, and I personally, this is the way I think. I just like to be independent and not be in a situation with a company or somebody else. So that's why I activated my authority last year, and I got to May this year to put a truck on an authority, and that's what I'm doing right now. I want to have my own authority and kind of, be on my own versus now. Walmart is a great company. Trader James is there. He recommends it, and it's a great company that they revise a lot of the procedures and pay, and I think they got cameras inside the truck for insurance reasons and all that. They're more strict. They kind of, as long as you're cool driving and you're not going to be texting and all that, then, you go to Walmart. And if you like that, kind of company structure like Walmart and all that, and it's a great company, but personally though, I got like a different thing. It's like
Man,
you. If I
I
was to
feel
ask
you.
you,
Hey, I feel you because
yeah,
I drive naked. That's how I drive.
hmm
That's why
I
I want to
know.
drive. I want to drive naked with the ding dong out and everything. So if all y'all want the ding dong out and all that good stuff, then you cannot drive for
Hey,
Walmart. So
don't what? Hey, I'm telling you, don't drive for Walmart.
so I'll be honest. I rather
Yeah,
make $60,000 a year doing what I want to
yeah.
do than make $100,000 a year someone watching me. That's me. So I
I
feel
know.
you on that. So don't always let money be the objective. And if you guys are like me and like to be free spirited and naked half the time, then you will know
Yeah.
that Walmart and companies like that, they will not take you. You know what I'm saying?
See, the thing is, the thing is, right? I don't know if I was cutting you off.
No,
The
no.
thing is, like when you go with another person's authority, you want to make them their 20% and drive enough to cover that. Like they get 20% of your gross and all that and so forth and but, same thing with the mega carriers. They expect you to service their contracts and things like that. But when you're independent, you have more. For the newbies listening, you have more of a choice to say, well, I want to do this, I don't want to do that, I don't want to deal with these brokers. If you don't got a service contracts, which you do as a company driver, or if you're driving with somebody else's authority, where you got to make sure they get their cut, their little profit of 20%, 15, or
Right.
whatever the authority they're paying you. But if you're independent on your own, you don't got nobody to worry about. You could drive with the ding dong out.
Hey, more driving, more naked. I love that, man. Hey, I appreciate you
There
for
you
calling
go.
in, brother. I appreciate
Oh
you very
man.
much, man. Much respect.
Oh, you too, buddy. I'll call you back, man. You got my number. Give me a
Yes,
holler
sir.
whenever you want.
Hey,
All right,
got
buddy. I'll
you.
talk to you later.
Bye.
Okay, then.
All right, mother truckers. So right here, as we're hearing, I see some people saying, you know what, Schneider sucks. Now, I would love to hear, and since we got some people watching at the moment, anyone that wants to call in, I'm letting you know right now, if the number's up, you can call in. If the number is down, you cannot call in because I do not want to disrespect any driver here. We want to hear what they have to say. But on this channel, we talk about truck driving jobs. Either you want to talk about the job that you worked at that you don't like, hopefully it was a prior job. That way you don't get in trouble. Or we could talk about a job that you're at that you love. So let's keep it positive here. Some people say Schneider isn't doing what it is. You know, if someone has information about a job that they didn't like, I want to hear what that's at. And a lot of people here want to hear the same thing. But I'm telling you, mother truckers, if there is a job that you do like, please, please call in, comment below, whatever it takes, let people know. I'm just rhyming like hell right now. I don't know how I'm doing this, but I'm like a Dr. Seuss, man. I'm just surprised with myself, that's all. But if you love where you work, I'm sure a lot of these companies will give you a referral fee or something, right? So if you want to call in, you can make some extra money. That's for you, man. That's the thing is if you really actually like where you work, let people know. That's all I got to say. I'm going to keep the lines open for a little bit. We got some people on, and today's topic is automation. But let's see who we got here. Give me a second. Give me a second. I don't know if you guys can hear that or not, but can you hear that or not? Can you hear that or not? Can you hear that or not? Let me see. Hello, hello, hello. Give me a second. It's not ringing through the thing. I got to call you back. Sometimes people are calling and it's not answering. Let me call that person back. I usually get something that tells me, hey, someone called in. Let me see here. Give me a second. Give me a second. Da 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 da. Give me a second. Give me a second. I'm so sorry. Blah blah blah. I'm telling you, man. The internet sometimes it don't want to work right. That's for darn sure. Let me call this subscriber back because that's what the Asian Mind Show does. We call people back. We're not a-holes. We are not a-holes.
Hey, what's up, baby?
What's up, man? What's going on? What you have? I want to hear some juicy stuff. I want to hear a truck money, some free money, a place you don't like working. Let us know.
All right, I got the answers for you. Do I got to hide my voice because I'm a Walmart driver? You know what I'm saying? What's up, baby? I think I got to hide my voice.
I love it.
Anyways, so yeah, I'm a Walmart guy. We make some good money over here. It seems like there's a lot of owner-operators that come here, too. Definitely. After they're done doing their owner-operator thing, a lot of them come here.
So tell us, how are you the in? Are you the in, my friend? Can people get in through you? Like if I'm at the nightclub,
I don't know about,
and I got no women with me, and there's a bouncer who is Walmart, and I want to get in this hot club. Are you that bouncer?
Oh man, I mean, I think there's a lot of guys that are afraid to even apply. It's kind of weird. Let's just say I don't exactly have the cleanest record or the attitude, but I was able to get in.
You sound like the guy. You sound like the guy we need, brother.
Oh God. Oh man, I'm as real as you can get, and but there's a man. They almost will hire anybody at this point as long as you got there's guys that make it through that are a little weird that get in here. There's a lot of guys that are surprised some people get in there, but it doesn't matter who you drive for as long as you got. It seems like at this point, if you got like 2 years over the road or 3 years over the road, it seems like they'll hire you as long as you got, basically that clean record for 3 years OTR.
Really? Really?
I actually didn't even have any OTR when I came here. I had a little bit of experience with like Holland regional work. Didn't really have any over the road experience, and I got in. So, but it wasn't easy because they saw like the trainers. I mean, some of these trainers, they think they're gods. Like they think they know it all. I mean, you know how truck drivers are. They think they know everything. And it wasn't easy, man. It definitely wasn't easy. You got to be flawless on your pre-trip, and then you're out there for a week with a trainer, and you may or may not get a good trainer.
So the record. So you're telling me right now, brother, that people have been getting this wrong. It's not about having an amazing record. It's about doing a great job on your road test and pre-trip test or whatever test that Walmart wants to give you, right?
Well, let's just say that it's definitely changing it. If you don't know how to drive a manual, don't even bother applying. A lot of guys come there with the automatic experience. Don't even bother.
Wait up.
You don't know how to drive a stick.
So if you can't drive stick or you can't ride stick, don't even think about it, right?
Don't even bother. Because they're like flying guys. They're flying guys to Casa Grande, Arizona to do all these road tests now. It's kind of weird, man. Like I got brought into so I live in Illinois, so I got brought in there. But they're just flying guys all across the country, wherever they live, into Casa Grande or whatever they do wherever they interview them at. They just bring them there. They fly them there. They don't bus them. They fly them, and then they do all the testing there. So things are changing since I came here. I've been here 2.5 years, and I had to go through two safety managers because they saw things with me that supposedly other drivers don't have. I thought I was better than other drivers, and so they road tested me twice and all this other crap. I had 2 trainers because I didn't get along with my first one. So everybody's going to have their different experience, but I have my own issues.
So
not everybody, I got, but let's just say if you got a couple of like 3 years over the road, no tickets, no accidents, preventable accidents, you're in for sure.
oh,
I'm pretty sure of it.
so
But you gotta learn. You gotta know how to drive a manual for sure.
so okay. So the biggest hiccup is really just having 2 years experience and knowing how to drive a manual. And if you have those two, you're at least in the door. Is that right?
That's what it looked like for me. I mean, I've been driving, so I have my CDL like 20 years now. But like I said, they keep on saying, oh, you gotta have a 2 year over the road or at least 3 years over the road experience. I basically didn't have any of that, and I just had regional experience, and they took me in. But I've been driving a while, but the city experience probably helps more than anything because there's a lot of guys hitting shit over here, hitting yellow poles. There's still a lot of guys hitting stuff. That's for sure.
I can imagine. So, is there is there a way for them, because a lot of people, right? And you know how, I don't know if you've been watching my channel a little bit, but I'm just trying to upgrade people's level to get them to whatever they need to go to. So, is there, would you feel comfortable if they reached out to you on YouTube or something like that, and to maybe email a question or anything like that? Would you be okay to answer any of that, or I understand if you don't?
I mean, it's pretty simple, but I think I responded on their super trucker or whatever. I think if they just like click on that and they can send a message through that. I only got a couple of videos on there, but nothing special. But I mean, the numbers are real, man. Let's see. So you're talking. So the one guy was talking about hustling for Swift. Oh God, that sounds horrible. If you're an owner operator and you're putting that much risk on the line and you're only bringing in 50 net, not worth it for that freedom. You could lose that freedom tomorrow in an accident or something like that. Man, it doesn't sound worth it to me.
Right. And I
but
understand
anyways,
everybody's different about that, because like me, I like to drive half naked all the time, and Walmart won't let me do that, right?
Well, as long as you got your shirt on, you could have your dink swinging around down there, I guess. Just drop down the seat.
So we got some questions coming in for you. Someone's asking, what's the home time like, brother?
Oh my! Oh, okay. So that's cool for me. Like, so I'm on a budget, a baller with the budget, and I'm on the 5-5 program. So I work 5 days and I'm off 5 days. Not everybody can do that, but not everybody can do that because it's let's see. I think I'm still netting 4,000. Yeah, 4,000 a month. I'm still doing 4,000 a month on that.
You're netting 4,000 a month, and you were driving 5 days, and you're taking 5 days off.
Well, okay. So the way it works on a 5-5 is, if you do the normal 5-5, they can be like, okay, well during your 5 days off, they can call you in if they need you. So you have to put in 2 days extra a month in order to bypass that. So what I'll do is I'll work 6 days twice, and then I'll have a 5-5, and then another 5-5. So if I extend the 2 extra days, then they don't bring me in so beyond that 5 days off. I just have to put in 2 extra days, and then they don't call me on my 5 days off. And it makes any sense. It's a little confusing, but.
And then I hate to take up too much of your time, but we're getting a couple questions for you. Does Walmart hire ex-cons?
Yes. Yes.
So Robert, Palma.
Absolutely.
They do, as long as it's not usually in theft, right? Or do they not care?
Oh, they love the criminals at Walmart. Let's see.
He was joking.
So beyond the 7 years. Beyond the 7 years for felonies,
right?
And it's probably a case-by-case basis, but
right.
From experience, give it a try. As long as it's beyond the 7 year mark, you're good. Just like any other company. I mean, any company is pretty much saying that, or they'll be like on a case-by-case basis.
Okay. So no,
Yeah,
I appreciate that. And someone
no
has
issue.
a funny question here. Someone says that they only see white drivers at Walmart. Is this something that do they discriminate against us Asian, yellow, purple, and green skin? Have you noticed any of
Oh
that?
man, no discrimination at all. Even if you're confused by your sexual identity, they will hire you for sure. They encourage it, actually.
No,
Definitely.
can you make a comment down below so that people can know so that they can subscribe to you? Because I'm sure a lot of people want to maybe reach out to you through YouTube or watch some of your videos, brother. Can you put your comment down so they can see that?
I mean, if they scroll all the way, all right, fine. After we're done, I guess.
Okay, sorry.
It'll be the mother trucker thing, I guess, or super trucker is what I think. That's what my name is on there.
Yeah, I saw you earlier.
But
I appreciate it.
okay, so the real number as far as like if you want to hustle, like, so I hustled. I hustled my first calendar year. I grossed 108. So
108, and you don't even own the truck.
right.
Man.
And that's with the you can get the 4 weeks vacation basically because it's the first year because you it accrues by the time you work, so the PTO. You don't have to work there like a year and then you get the vacation after that. You get that vacation time accumulates by the time you work. So it's pretty cool.
Dead or Alive says Walmart offering $90,000 a year. What's the catch? So what catch have you noticed from Walmart at all? Anything that they kind of swindled anyone about that was untrue?
Absolutely not. I mean, as long as you shut up and you just do your job, try not to if you keep the bullshit down to a minimum and just do your job. I mean, there's no limit. It's pretty cool. If you want to work like that, you can. But I mean, there is the slip seating. Of course, you're gonna have slip seating at the beginning. But you got to learn how to work that slip seating. If you got suitcases or whatever, you just pack everything in suitcases and throw it into another truck. But it's not like everyday slip seating. It does suck. I mean, believe me, it does suck. But if you know how to work it, I mean, then you throw everything in suitcases in one truck into the other. But there are a couple things that suck. Yeah. But still, I did it my first calendar year with the slip seating, 108 gross. So.
Man, I appreciate you for all your honesty, brother. I'm really glad I called back because and I apologize. I don't have the show running right where calls are coming in the way they should.
I get it. Oh, that's cool.
No, but thank you so much, man, for being on the show, and hopefully you find the show entertaining. If you think there's anything I should change, I could change anything but my color.
No, man, stop interviewing all those Swift drivers, man. Oh my God, they shouldn't go with those companies. Like Driven's great. Makes sense. All those guys that are trying to get their own authority, and we need to find out how to do it on our own without the companies. Yeah.
Right. No, and why I do it, to be honest, right? It's because I
get it.
I got the strategy to build.
It's cool, man. It's cool, but they're eventually going to find out that they need to move on and just go with those crappy companies at the beginning and then get the hell out of there.
Or we could change it all the way like we were talking about, or I was thinking about earlier, where companies could just start paying people right and keeping drivers forever if that was their main goal, right? That'd be amazing.
I guess. It's never going to happen because they got, so many trucks. They don't want to raise their labor costs. Isn't it the labor and fuel is the major cost of trucking, isn't it?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Man, but I appreciate you. Thank you for being on the Asian My Show.
All right, thank you. Have a good one.
Yep.
All right, bye.
Drive safe. Bye. So, we were talking to a Walmart driver. Walmart driver tells all. If you guys see below, Super Trucker says he will make a comment on below if you guys see it, and then you guys get information. So if you guys missed the information about Walmart, what this man has said is true. Being with the company, he said that he had 2 years experience. He didn't have the best record, and they still gave him a shot. And he didn't have OTR experience like they've been advertising that you think you need, right? So now we know you need 2 years experience, and you need to know how to drive a stick, okay? If you know how to ride a stick, that's good too. But, that's a personal thing. Now, for the people that are driving automatic, I guess that might not work for you. So, might be another company out there. Another thing that Super Trucker brought up was he did say that ex-cons, if you have a felony, they don't mind. The biggest part is if you can pass their road test and their pre-trip inspection. Okay? So that's the big thing. All right? And that's pretty much about it with that conversation, if anyone missed that conversation. Now, that was very, very interesting. If there's anyone else that would like to comment about a company that they work for, please call at 786-353-5674. Some of these phone calls I'm not able to answer for some reason. I'm clicking and none's happening, so I'll just give you a phone call back if that's the case. So we'll work that out when we have better budget, I guess. It seems that the Asian My Show still broke, so we'll worry about that when that comes, right? But with that said, please, if you have a question and you would like it answered, comment down below. There's a lot of truck drivers on here right now, and a lot more truck drivers that have way more experience than I do, right? I'm a mover. A lot of people might say, Alex, why don't you talk about moving? Well, moving is you got to load and unload your furniture. If that's something that you don't want to do, I don't recommend it. That's pretty much it. And plus, I don't want to sound like a marketing recruiter trying to recruit you to work and do a job like I do, okay? That's not what this channel is about. So that's the real reason why I don't talk about my company a lot, because if a driver did come with my company would pay me the big money. And then the Asian My Show might not have to do trucking YouTube channels, videos anymore. And I don't want to do that because I love this. So if anyone wants to call in about their company that they love, or a company that they used to work for that they hate, please, please, please. What? We got a call. It's calling you via Hangouts. Okay, let's do it. Hello. Welcome to the Asian My Show. How are you doing today?
Hey, what's up?
Who we got here?
This is Alex Mai.
Who's this?
This is Twin Truckers, man. What's up?
Hey, it's Twin Truckers. So you know that we got to get on an interview one of these days. If you guys don't know who Twin Truckers is, Twin Truckers, comment down below so they can see who you are. There's actually a reason why they're called Twin Truckers, and it's because there are two of them.
Uh-oh. That's double the trouble right there, man.
Hey, so what would you like to... Are we exposing a company, or are we talking good about a company today? What are we doing?
Well, here's the thing, man. That last caller, he was cool and all, but like how he was talking bad about Swift. Man, that's where I started was Swift. Mm-hmm. And I'll tell you something good about them is that like they're a good company to go get your CDL from. If people don't have any money, like me, I was broke. I was trying to do it like my twin brother. He went to the workforce and he got help. He got assistance from the workforce. They gave him a grant, and pretty much he got a free schooling. But they couldn't get me approved for it. So I went to Swift, and Swift, man, it was 3 weeks. I got my CDL, and that's how fast it was, man. And you don't have to put any money down, nothing. You don't have to pay jack.
So
the cool thing about it, I already had a plan.
Mm-hmm.
When I was with Swift, my plan was to get my CDL and then bounce.
Right.
I mean, he was the thing is he was right about the benefits and then like the pay, which does suck. But as far as starting off, like trying to get your CDL, I think it's probably one of the best places because the one I went to is in Salt Lake, right next to my house, and I was talking to the guy that runs the schooling, and he said that their goal is try to get 100% passing. So, you got guys that go in there that are pretty dumb, but they'll do their best to get them to pass and get their CDL. So that's what I liked about about the Swift up there in Salt Lake.
So that's good to bring up. So if you have a plan to dip from Swift, then that can be ideal, right?
Oh yeah. Okay. Here's the thing. Like you don't just dip. Like that's a bad because technically you're under a contract. Okay. But the way that I did it was before I dipped, I called the student loan office, and I told them, hey, I got another job that's offering me better pay. I still want to make my payment. I still want to pay off this loan that I have with you guys because it was like $4,000 or something like that. But it's better than working for Swift for like 30 cents or 36 cents, for a whole year when you can be working at another company for 50 cents. And you know what I'm saying? You have to weigh out the money that you're making. So I told them, all I can pay you right now is $50 a month. Dude, they're willing to work with you with anything, man. They don't
Really?
even give a damn. You can tell them $20 a month. They'll be like, yeah, that works, sure.
Man,
So I told
okay.
them $50 a month.
Uh-huh.
So $50 a month is all I'm willing. All I can make payments. When you start racking in the money, which now I'm racking in the money, working with this smaller company. That's when I call Swift up and say, hey, I can make more now. I can actually pay off half of the student loan. So
Okay.
yeah,
So
they're a good company to start off with, man. I'm
so
telling
if you okay, real quick, Twin Truckers, can you make a comment down below for people that might want to talk to you? Because you know me, man, I'm all about connecting people. It's all about showing love. So please comment down below so people can see, so they can subscribe to you, okay?
Yeah, bro, for sure.
And then so for the people that just jumping on right now, Swift is a good company. If you got no money, you're broke, and you need a head start in life, they're going to give you that chance. So,
Oh yeah.
so that's a positive thing about Swift. And I got to think about it. We all know that you could get a better deal if you can pay for your own CDL, but not everyone is in a position to pay for their own CDL. So I always want to be respectful to both sides, knowing that people will not have the money all the time. You know what I'm saying? Especially if they're switching careers.
Man.
You know what I mean? If you're switching careers, you ain't gonna have the extra 5 stacks, right? Real talk.
Sure, man.
Real talk.
My last job was a call center. I don't know if I remember telling you that my last time I called in, and at a call center, you only making like $10-11 an hour.
Right.
I got 3 kids, wife. I got an apartment I have to pay for monthly.
You know what that problem is? It's because you that's the curse of being handsome, man. You gotta stop being handsome, and you don't have a wife and 3 kids.
Hey, bro, I tell my wife that all the time. I'm like, man, honestly, if I wasn't married to you, I'd probably be playing football in college because I had a scholarship.
I'm laughing right now. I'm laughing right now because I can't tell you how funny. I'm seeing this in my head. You just waking up right next to your wife, and then you just wake up and say, hey, baby, if I wasn't married to you, I'd be in the NFL right now. And then she'd be like, shut up, go back to sleep.
That was my dreams right there. But you know what, though? Hey, life goes on, and I'm happy where I'm at right now, man.
Hey.
Especially like just having 3 kids and knowing that they're mine, and I can raise them the right way now, especially with this trucking opportunity. Like, man, because it was a struggle, man. I did almost everything, bro. I even went to police academy. I was a cop for 5.5 years.
Man,
a lot of corruption going on in there. I don't want to get into details, but yeah. So I did a lot of stuff, warehouse working, just going around.
See, there we go, man. See, that's the truth, man. If you don't know what making $500 a month looks like, then Swift starts looking real good, right?
Oh yeah, bro.
So
start off at Swift. I heard Night. They only do automatic, so you won't get on your CDL. You won't get the full CDL. It'll say like a manual restriction or some crap like that. So Swift will, they'll go through the whole academy with you doing the manual as well. So that way you don't have any restrictions on your CDL.
Okay, now before I can let you go, can you expose the small company you're working with, or will that hurt your money?
No, man. Yeah, I work for a small company called Me and Brothers. The owner's hella cool, man. He's Guatemalan,
Tell me about the money,
Guatemalan, something
man.
like
So, how much money we making if we go to me and Mimi's?
that. I know, man. You know how it is, bro. Because the owners they're Hispanic, so they called the company Me and Brothers, even though that's not technically like English. What do you call that? You know, like good grammar. It's supposed to be my brothers and I, but it's, me and brother, home.
Hey, me and brothers,
Yeah.
baby. Hell yeah, man. Repping it, man. So, definitely Twin Truckers, man. Make sure you put that comment down below so people could know who I'm talking to, so that they can actually subscribe to you, man. You guys make YouTube videos too, man. So, me and brothers, man. What kind of pay is it looking like a month, man? Keep it as 100 as you can keep it. You know, you can keep it around the ball. You don't have to be,
Yeah, well, they start off solo drivers at 46 cents a mile.
46
and
cents. How many miles? How many miles you get in a week?
46. Shoot, me and my brother, we started off team driver. We started off at 50. We're at 52 now. Team drivers, we top off at 60, but you gotta be there. I think 5-6 years to be at 60 cents a mile. But the reason why I like this company, man, because they're hella cool. I tell them, hey, I need to take this week off, take that week off. Like they're really chill about it. And that's the thing. You go to mega carriers, a lot of them won't give you that time off. But this one, you get to know the owner real well. You just tell them, hey, my daughter's birthday this week. I'll be in Vegas, or not my daughter, like my wife. You know what I mean? And just make up some excuse, and then you have that whole week off. Like they're hella chill like that.
So you're making, if I'm looking at the math, then you're making about like $1,300-1,400 a paycheck, huh? Something like that.
Yeah. Well, they run us pretty hard. So we're averaging about 5,500 to 6,500 miles a week.
6,500 miles a week. So let me do this math right now. So you at 52 cents times 6,500 miles, and that's 3,380, and then you divide that bad boy by 2, right?
Yeah.
And then so you're making roughly about 6,760 times 12. You're making 81,000 a year gross. So with some so you're making some good money, man. And he lets you take off time and things like that. So
yeah, okay, so the way, man, I don't know if some of your callers remember me from last time when I said that. So the way it works is we have a dedicated route that goes from Salt Lake to San Bernardino, and that goes 650 miles. Solo drivers, they do it in one drive. Team drivers, obviously we do nonstop because we're dropping it off over there. First of all, we have the weekends off, so we're doing it during the weekdays. We drop off the trailer over there at the yard in Salt Lake. We take one down to San Bernardino. We drop it off down there. We pick one up from there, and we just keep doing that back and forth. So the way me and my brother figured this out was because we told him, hey, man, we need some time off, spend more time with our family. They're like, oh, man, we ain't got an extra truck for y'all. So I told them, all right. So my brother, all right, you know what? You go down with the truck. You go down, drop off the trailer, come back while I get some time off with my family, and then I'll jump in the truck and I'll go down and do the same thing. So basically we have about 3 to 4 days off a week.
Hey,
that's time with our family while we're still averaging the same amount of miles.
Man, can you put down the comments? Are you able? Or are you driving right now? Can someone put down the comments? Your profile.
Yeah, man. I'm driving right now, but let me.
Don't do it while you're driving, but after jump on.
Oh no! I'm pulling over to the exit right now.
So Twin Truckers is gonna pull over to the exit, and is this company hiring right now?
Yeah, they're always hiring.
Man, so
and that's the thing. They always tell us, hey, we don't have an extra truck for you, but man, they got mad signs that are like, we're hiring bonus and this, that. I'm like, what the hell? What's going on? But I think the thing is that it's hard for them to get team drivers. And I think that's just a hard thing in general for a lot of companies is to get team drivers. And that's probably why they don't want to split us.
Right. That's the hard part. They got trucks, man. They got trucks. They just don't want to give you guys up, man. They want to keep the twin double dragons in one truck.
Exactly, because they make more money off of team drivers. That's why.
But hey,
but
they're
I
cool
keep
though.
telling them, all right, one of these days, I might end up, choke slamming my brother because, yeah, man, that kid snores louder than when I'm trying to listen to my music.
So, man, yeah, no, that's what's up, man. So, yeah, so for everyone listening and watching, Twin Truckers, he's going to put the comments down below. If you want to get into this, they're going to start you off at, what was it, 46 cents? Something like that?
Yeah, 46 cents a mile. You top off, like right now, a guy's been with the company for about 8 years, and he's at 54 or 53 cents a mile.
But the cool thing is, man, see, this is why I like, man, when a truck driver tells you that the company owner is cool, he lets you take time off, he respects your time. That's what makes you stay with the company. So this company don't pay the most, but this dude, you just tell him why you can't work that week, and he'll give you the time off, right?
Yeah, he's hella chill, man. Like, I took last week off. It was my birthday.
Happy birthday, man.
Or not next. Hey, thanks, man. I feel old. I'm 35, man.
Oh, come on, man.
Damn.
We're going to sing to you right now. Happy birthday to you. Me? Yeah, you. Happy birthday to you. What up? I would put on a happy birthday song, but it's probably going to get copywritten. So let me see.
Hey. You know why I called, right?
Uh-oh. What's going on? What happened?
I just called.
Tell me.
To say I love you.
Who you love, man? Tell me who. Man, have a great day. Happy birthday. You're a twin trucker, and so, I'm sure some people might have a blonde moment and be like, so when's your brother's birthday? You could tell him it's real close.
Yeah, I know, man. Hey, we were actually pretty close to having it on different days. But
oh, really?
It was like, we were both born right before midnight.
Really?
So it would have been cool if it was like, after he was after, I was after.
Really? I didn't know.
Yeah.
Usually when I think about it, I'm like, twins got to be the same day. But when you're thinking about it, really, it could be another day, huh?
Yeah, we're like 6 or 7 minutes apart, but it was like right before midnight. It was like 11:50. Like,
that's crazy, man.
Got it on my birth certificate. No, man.
Hey,
yeah.
Happy birthday, man. Happy birthday. We all love you, man.
Thanks,
for all the
man.
people.
We're in our golden 30s.
35, baby. Looking good.
Yeah.
Looking good, man. I appreciate you for your time, brother. And I'm going to have to call you back for that separate interview because I love your guys' personality. And if you guys don't know, mother truckers out there, Jenna, man, loves these guys, man. She thinks you guys are so funny.
Whatever, bro.
It's the truth, man. She'll be on next time. She'll tell you. It doesn't have to be me, man. But yeah, man, have a good day.
All right, bro. Yeah, you take care, man.
Peace.
So,
mother truckers, everybody exposing their job, man. So, Me Brothers, if you want to get with Me Brothers, they live in Utah, I think. So, near Vegas or something like that. So, if you want to get with Me Brothers, they don't pay the biggest money, but they will treat you right. So, while people are on, if anyone wants to call in, anyone that wants to let people know about their company, please call in 786-353-5674. Or if you want to bash a company that you used to work for because I don't want you to get fired, that's not what we want to do, then call in right now. Man, if not, then, I appreciate everybody for being on the show. At this very moment, very moment, let's give out some shout outs. Twin Truckers, thank you for being on. James Cannon, who doesn't know how to drive manual? Some people can't drive or ride stick. OTOT, what's going on? Jerry Ross. Rosso, where do I buy one of those hats? I have no clue yet. I made hats for you guys to buy, and I don't know how to get them to you yet. Probably on a PayPal or something like that. That's going to come real soon. You know, we make the world go round. So, I don't know if $25 is too expensive, but I know that when I made one hat, it cost me $37. So, am I taking an L? I really just want to break even. So, that's the truth. So, let's see who else we have here. James Cannon, hello. Seventh Oh No, what's up? I am not interested in manual transmission. Alex Press, thank you for calling. Robert Palma, appreciate you so much. George or Jorge Gonzalez, how are you doing? E-Man7188, salute. Robert Basara, what's going on? He's acting the same way and Mega Carry Axe started off with 5 on 5 off and makes 4,000 net. Hey, that is something to bring up, right? Dead or alive, you're coming with me? What's up? Obianos, hey. Appreciate everybody for being on the Asian My Show. Clint Paddock, I apologize, but thank you for watching the Asian My Show. Steve K, what's going on? Adonis Views. Yo, how you been? Super Trucker, thank you for calling in. Thank you so much. He says, yeah, you can ask me. So that's so cool, man. Viral Mods, what's good? We got a lot of people in here. Zach Peon. If you guys don't know, man, you guys can talk to him. He will set you straight. If you join the Asian My Show subscriber list, Mother Trucker Academy, you will see that I'm not lying when I say I will help you as much as possible. That's the truth, man. You know, a lot of you might not think so, but that is the truth. You know, I will call you, we will talk, we will be buddies, you know, while I'm on the phone with you in the bathtub. You know, I'm that guy that calls. It's just like, hey, what's up? Yeah, you called me, Alex? Yeah, just, you know, if I had hair, twirling my hair. So, what you doing? How's your day? You know, that I'll call you. That's how I'll call you, man. We'll become friends. That's the truth. All right, so join Mother Trucker Academy for free, and definitely you will benefit from that. You know, Steve K, yo, Island Trucker was good. Swift not a bad starter company, especially if you can get on a dedicated account. Island Trucker, man, thanks for the positivity. That's what it's about, man. Let's see who else we got to say what's up to. Ricky Harvey, yo, less miles, more pay. That's what I want to. Daniel Garcia, show me the money. That's what I love to hear. Gaming, go hams, ha. Chorus Q, hey, what's up, Asia Mai? What's up, Chorus Q? How you doing? Gaming, go ham. $2 super chat. You don't need to be doing that. I don't know why I'm rhyming so much today. I do not know why, but I am. Gaming, go hams. I appreciate the super chat. But I'm letting Mother Truckers know. If you're a truck driver, if you're someone that wants to be a truck driver, you don't need to be spending your money on me. But he says any work for flatbed or tanker in Bakersfield, California. Gaming, go hams. I will be looking for you. We might have talked. If not, join the Mother Trucker Academy for free, that is. And we can talk there. We can look around. But just so everyone knows, anyone in California, if you don't know where Bakersfield is anyone hiring right now? Gaming Go Hams would like to know. You know, how much experience do you have, Gaming Go Hams? People might want to know that. So write down how many experience you might have, you know. Mogul Aaron, anybody know of a company that hires with a reckless driving? Sounds like Walmart might be hiring, but you need 2 years experience. You gotta be less reckless. Twin Truckers, that's his right there. Let's answer this. Hello. What's going on, mother trucker? Can you hear me? Is anyone there?
Hey, what's going on, man?
What's going on? I see my thing is calling and it keeps on beeping. I have no clue. It's dying on me right now.
Oh, okay.
Okay,
Yeah,
there it is. There it
it's
is.
Daniel, man. Outlaw.
Outlaw?
I got a quick question, man.
Yes, sir. Talk to me.
All right. I don't know if you know all the regulation rules and stuff, but
Hell no.
do you gotta wear pants? I mean, if a DOT opens your door, man, is that a violation?
You know what? To be honest, it just matters how good you look, man. Because Outlaw, I'm sorry, man, but a lot of guys out there, they have this Asian fever for the Asian women, but the guys that like the Asian men, man, there's a lot of them out there. So if I run into one DOT guy and I got my pants off, depending on which way he sways, I might be okay. But for the most part, man, I think that you do actually have to have pants on because it's probably like obstructing something.
Yeah, the reason why I ask is because one time I was doing a split lock and I was on my way home,
right?
And I was like, man, I got to get home for my home time. So as soon as my split lock was up, I got in the back of the behind the wheel, started taking off. Like I said, gotta go. Ain't but 30 minutes down the road, the lights were flashing. They came on at the last second. I said, oh, shit. Here I am pulling to the right. I looked down. I said, I'm in my undies, man. I was like, fuck.
I love it. And
I pull up, and the lady, she walks up to me, and she's all like, yeah, we got to do an inspection on your truck. You want to go ahead and pull up? I said, lady, please don't open my door. Don't you open my door. No. Don't open my door. And she's like, pull on up to the, inspection station. And I try to go as fast as I can. As I was watching them from my rear mirror, walking, towards me, I was like, let me stop the truck real quick, jump in the back, throw on my pants. And I was like, whew, good. All right, now I'm ready for a level 1 inspection.
Now, here's the thing, though. If you had the pants soft, you might have passed faster. See, you didn't think about that. You didn't think about that. You know what I mean?
I mean, it was 2 lady officers. It was 2, lady officers. So I probably would have had a good chance.
Outlaw, man, if your voice is the way you look, man, you're a beautiful creature, my friend.
Oh, man, all the ladies told me at the truck stop, man. And all my wife's friends say the same thing. Like, man, yo, girl, you think your man can take us all?
Hey, I love it.
I'll be like, hey, baby, you willing to jump on it? I'll be willing to do it too. Come on, bring your friends along.
So since you know what my show's about, man, I'm about to say what Daniel Garcia said, man. He said, "Show me the money." So, what company you work with, man? What kind of money you making? Are you happy? Can mother truckers know about it? Because we would like to know about how we can make a little bit more money. So tell us, man.
All right. I didn't want to tell you for a long time, man, but I guess I'll tell you, man. I guess I'll help out all the other truckers. Okay. I'm right now working for Hanif Transportation System.
Can you put that in the comments below after the video so that people might be able to look it up? Are people hiring there?
Yeah, I'll put it down there later on as soon as I come to a safe stop. But, yeah, Hanif Transportation System, they're at Oak Ridge, Illinois. They got different terminals throughout the whole Northeast. Mm-hmm. So pretty much we run the whole Northeast up to Illinois, Maine, New York, Florida, Texas, and every now and then we'll go towards the east to California, Utah. And recently the company just bought out Miller Transportation. So now they're going to be expanding more for,
Oh, I'm glad I got you on the line then. So what kind of money am I making? Show me the money, baby. What we make, Outlaw? Tell me.
I'm a lease owner-operator.
Okay.
And so far, I've grossed out at about $250.
$250?
$250, and my take-home was about $150.
$150?
$150.
Jesus. And what up? Is there benefits? No benefits? Is 1099 W-2?
Well, 1099 because I'm a lease owner operator.
Okay.
So I mean, really, you got no benefits except that you're getting paid. You're getting paid, and pretty much you got your own saying of what loads you want to pick up, when you want to be home, how you want to be home. I mean, you're the boss behind the wheel. If you
Oh,
don't
man.
feel like running this week, I'll tell my dispatch, say, hey, I'm taking the whole week off. Peace.
I love it. I love it. So, what do they start you at? Is it all lease owner operators and owner operators only, brother, or can you start on as a company driver?
You can start on as a company driver. I think company drivers get paid 25% of the load,
That's
and
what
the
I like
lease
to hear.
owner operators are 68%.
Man, but okay, so I like that. Okay, so for people listening right now, a lot of places when you're a lease owner operator, you're still only getting paid 25%. Over here, company, you're getting a percentage of the load already, so that's kind of like a lease owner operator at a different company. And then when you actually become a lease owner operator, they're paying you what, 65%?
68%.
68%? Man, I'm Asian. I'm supposed to be good math, but I'm telling you, it sounds pretty legit to me, man. How much years experience do I need, Outlaw?
They require 2 years of tractor trailer experience. Tanker is a plus. Hand of transportation is a liquid tanker.
Okay.
We haul chemicals, hazmats, so
definitely.
So we're in the tanker business.
So tanker. How do I get my tanker? All I know is about is Schneider. That's the only one I know about. Anywhere else where I could get tanker experience?
You can try Dillon Transportation.
Dillon Transportation. Okay.
Yeah, they haul jet fuel, asphalt, pneumatic trailers, crude oil. There's also Boltmatic. They got pneumatic trailers. They haul like plastic, flour, pellets. So,
man, do you have any videos on your channel, Outlaw?
No, not right now. But I'm gonna start doing that for 2019.
So put down your profile, and I think people can still reach out to you even if you don't have videos. I believe they can still message you. But if you have a Facebook or whatever else, they will follow you to the depths of the earth if you can show them how to make money, man. That's the darn truth. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and here's the thing about being an owner operator. Some people might say, well, you got to save up $10,000 to start as an owner operator. And really, I jumped into this company because I was in the oil field. I was making that big money, taking home $100,000 a year. And when that shit dropped,
right,
I lost like $40,000 a year, and I was like, man, I am hungry for that $100,000. Like I'm so used to that $100,000 a year take home.
Oh, I got to talk to you about this now, brother. Okay, so everybody and their mama on YouTube keeps on saying that they're millionaire oil truck drivers, and that's the kind of money they're making right now. Is that true, or is that not true, or is there really a downfall to that? Like, what kind of happened to you?
Well, I was a company worker when I was in the oil field, so I was making the big bucks, taking home, net $100,000 a year.
Man, so you think that's what they're making now? These YouTube truckers that are talking about oil field and making billions of dollars?
Oh yeah, that, or maybe they're making even more. Especially if you're an owner operator in the oil field, shoot, probably like 2-3 times more as a company driver.
So are you going to go back as an owner operator, you think, to oil field, or what are your thoughts?
No, I don't think so. It's just, I feel like the oil field is kind of like the government. You're making that money, and then they shut you down for months, and then you come back up. Then you're down. Then you're up. Then you're down. So
all you people listening, man, that's the truth.
Yep.
Okay, so that's the truth right there, man.
Rules.
So all these people listening right now, if you're just watching YouTube videos, seeing that people are saying, get into the oil field because it's making millions of dollars. Well, when you're working, you make money, but sometimes you ain't working. Is that right, Outlaw?
Exactly, especially around the wintertime, the holidays, that's when it starts to slow down. And then it'll pick up right about, spring. And then you just got to hustle from spring all the way to fall.
Shoot. So you're really working half the year to make the full year in half of the year, right? So you're busting your ass.
Yeah.
Shoot, man. Yeah, definitely, man. Thanks for the call. I appreciate that. Thanks for the story, man. That shit was funny. And comment below so people can reach out to you, man, because I want more people making videos, man. People are getting sick of seeing my yellow ass. They don't want to see me no more, man. You know, they don't want to see me no more, man. We need new blood, man. That's what I want.
Hey, man, I've been following you for a while, man, and hey, I appreciate all the info you're putting out there for all the truckers out there, man.
Shoot. No, thank you so much, man. It's really not me if you really think about it. Where I'm trying to change this channel to is, it's, man, you know, to be honest, if you want followers, man, just rent a girlfriend like I did. Man, it's expensive, but just, you know, and the reason why I call it rent is that I'm still paying for everything. So, you know, don't think it's not rent. You know, people always like to hate on me. Oh, how did he get an Asian girl looking that good? I'll tell you how. I pay for everything. So if you want to rent, then you could do that. You know what I'm saying? Hey, have a good day, brother. Hey, I appreciate the love and support, man. Peace.
Peace.
Peace. I'm hearing a buzz, but I don't see a phone call. I'm sorry, mother truckers. If someone tried to call, I'm seeing it, but I'm not seeing it. It's like I'm seeing it, but I'm not seeing it. So I apologize about that. So if anyone just tried to call like a second ago, I do apologize. I think you got to have like, I don't know what you got to have. But I do apologize about that. Let's see. Let's see who we got here. Give me 1 second. I'm going to call back. Let me see real quick. Give me a second, people. Give me a second. We got another caller. I'm trying to make this work. You know, I apologize, people. I apologize. Who do I got here? Do. I don't know what I'm doing. So, yeah. So, at this moment, let's look at this real quick. Let's see. That dude is lying through his teeth. Come on, Ricky Harvey. Let's get someone on the phone right now. Hello.
What's up, brother?
What's up, man? What's going on?
Shelly, that wasn't me though who called the last time, so I don't know who's probably behind me.
Oh no, it's good. It's good. That I'm getting so many calls now. Nobody's calling me, man. I'm thankful that you called me. I'm thankful that you.
Right on. Yeah, so I'm the guy Adonis. It's actually zero fuse or short fuse because, like, when I was in the military, I used to blow up on motherfuckers.
Dang, okay,
so
I hear you.
A lot of people don't know how to say the name. They're all like, is it O fuse, zero fuse? I don't know. I'm just going to call you Adonis. Yeah, go for it. Just call me this.
Okay, so Adonis zero fuse, right?
Yeah, because I had a short fuse. So zero fuse means there's no fuse, man. I just get lit, but I've actually toned it down because honestly, most people would think, damn, you don't want a crazy motherfucker that's pissed off behind the wheel, but actually it's the opposite, man. Like when I'm behind No, I'm telling you, when I'm behind the wheel, it's like meditation. Like because being former military, a lot of us guys don't really want to be around a lot of people. So like and most drivers are like that. They're kind of like introverted and they'll kind of stick to themselves, and the only people they really deal with is shippers and receivers.
Right.
So I figured I'll stay away from people, and believe it or not, man, it's like peaceful. It's like I don't blow my lid. I get to read books and just do my thing, you know.
No, that's what's up. So thank you for calling in. Tell us what you want to tell us today, man. Are you going to show us the money? Is that what we're going to get? Are you going to expose where you work or where you used to work?
Yeah. I'll expose a couple of areas, like, because my background is actually in software engineering. I used to actually work in the Silicon Valley area, and like I got paid that big bucks, but actually 6 figures doesn't go very far in Silicon Valley. You're like, I had to live in a bunk bed in an apartment splitting rent because you just can't make it with that much money in San Jose. But I eventually left that job because I was working for like a day trading firm. They wanted me to make some kind of algorithm that could spot patterns or trades or whatever. And they're kind of like your Wolf of Wall Street types. They kind of went under during 08, 07, 08-ish. And I said, man, I need to do something else because it's not working. I mean, I got that software engineering skill. And then in my head, I remembered when I was going to college, I was actually going for a business degree. And then I switched my majors up because when you're in college, you can't really work the job. They don't work around your schedule. So I went to these commission jobs, and I ended up being a loan officer at the time before the mortgage meltdown. And I remember this one guy, I was in training, and this guy came in with his son because his son knocked up a girl, and he happened to be a truck driver. And I was just like sitting in, and the loan officer who was training me was like, hey, is it all right if this trainee can watch how to do the loan process? He's like, sure, go ahead. So that was the first time I was ever exposed to the numbers. And this guy was an owner-op that owned 3 trucks, and I saw his balance sheet, and I'm like, shit. I'm like, here money. I am going to, I was just like, and the reason he was buying the house for his kid was because he knocked up his girlfriend and his son was going to drive one of his trucks. So I'm like, here's this dude, and he actually had stocks and bonds and everything, because usually when they go through the questions, you know, they're asking for your assets, net worth, and whatnot.
Right.
And when he got to the question of, do you have any stocks, bonds, mutual funds, and the truck driver responded, yeah, I got some. And the guy was like, he had to pause because most people answer no, and he just goes down the checklist just to fill in the blank. But when he paused, he's like, are you serious? And the truck driver's like, yeah, I got that. And he says, oh, because most people don't. He says, well, I do. And I'm just like, God damn. I was like, dude, I'm in the wrong job right here. I need to check out.
I love that.
And I remember back to my homeboy in the military. He had his MOS was or military skill was truck driver, right?
Right.
And that's why I was telling people if they're young, like 18, you can go to the military, be a driver. The only exception is you'll get a waiver to get your CDL because you don't have to take the driving test because you've already driven a similar truck.
Right.
The only exception is where they'll get you is most of those trucks are automatic. So you're going to have restrictions on your license for automatic plus air brakes because they have I think it's air or hydraulic over air, something like that. So you might have certain restrictions on your license to drive those types of vehicles. But you can later on get those restrictions taken off once you can demonstrate those other things. But again, like most of these drivers that are out of high school that want to be truck drivers, that's one path they can take. Save up that military money. Don't spend it on strippers like most of us military guys do. And you can come out and be an instant owner operator if you wanted to.
Wow. Okay.
But to bash a company, I was actually a Swift driver.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, because
let me hear it.
Yeah. So I'm not going to bash the trainer. The trainer was cool as shit, though. They call him Aladdin as his name. Tony. That's how I remember his first name, Tony. But Mexican dude, cool as fuck, man. When I got in his truck, he had problems with his trainees though because they would quit on him. And they would just get tired. They'd drive like 4 hours, and Tony, I'm tired, Tony. And but me, he was actually like, he let me drive, and he's still good. I'm like, yeah, I'm still good. So we'd be driving, and he told me for once he could actually sleep comfortably in the sleeper berth without him worrying about the driver in the front, because that's the risk most trainers take when they have a newbie.
Right.
That risk that driver falls asleep.
Yeah, that's scary. That's scary, man. So why? So a lot of people are saying, hey, they don't like starter companies because they don't do much for you. But did Swift do anything good for you?
Yeah. Well, the trainer was about the only good experience I had, and here's why. Like they at that time in 07, 08-ish, I can't remember, but they paid new drivers at that time. I think it was like $500 flat a week. Doesn't matter how many miles you ran, you got paid a flat $500 to $600 a week. And I didn't care though, because I was like picking the brains of this trainer, because most trainers are. Can you still hear me?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay. Yeah, most trainers are owner ops, and this guy happened to have 3 trucks. He had a Freightliner that was paid for, and he had two Kenworths that he was currently making payments on. And so he was like teaching me the whole game. I was Qualcomm. I got to see his check stubs. He was like very transparent, and I was thankful for that. And he was teaching me how to save money on fuel. He was teaching everything, the ropes about being an owner op, because I told him, dude, I really want to do this. And I was even ready to be an owner op right out the gate. I said, dude, I'll save money and be an owner op. What does it take? Because I think I'm going to do this for the rest of my life. And he's all like, well, you got to do so many miles, and that's the thing. You got to have like so many miles before, and they want to get me on a lease. And I was like, I don't know if I want to do that. And so I said, okay. So I was ready to get off his truck, and he kind of paused and he says, "Are you sure you don't want to roll with me a little extra?" Because he had those FedEx freight, and they only give FedEx loads to drivers that can do their job. You know what I mean? Safe drivers and whatnot. So he was a good driver. And I told him, "No, man, I'm ready to get my own truck and do my own miles." Because according to how I'm running, because literally I could run. The only time I would break was to take a leak and maybe eat. And even then I would just like one meal a day guy. So I would eat my full meal at the end of the day, which would knock me the hell out and get me fresh for the next morning, which, by the way, for you drivers out there, it's a great weight loss tip. Plus, you don't stop as much. You just eat one big meal at the end of the day, and boom, you're dropping weight, staying healthy, and you're moving that clock a little bit more forward on you. So that's a little tip.
Hey, I like that. I like that. That's good.
Yeah, so trust me, your weight will fall off, especially if you keep those meals healthy. So if you stick to that one meal a day, you're going to actually put about 30 minutes to an hour more on your clock. You know, so that's a little tip out there. But in Swift, since I wasn't an owner-operator, they didn't give me 3 loads to pick from like him. So they would just give me a load, and I would take it. And thing is I was trying to train myself to be an owner-operator, so I was making sure I didn't waste their fuel. You know, I was like, if it was hot outside, I'd crack the fucking vents and strip down to my boxers or whatever. And if it got too hot, then yeah, I'd turn on the truck just for a little bit and then turn it off. But I was like fuel saver surplus. I mean, I had so much fuel, and these guys were like, "How much fuel do you got?" And I tell them, "Look, I have so much." And the dispatcher's like, "Damn, you're doing pretty good on fuel." I said, "Yeah, I'm like saving. You know, I'm trying to practice for when I actually own my own truck." And I guess I didn't know this at the time, but that's when the economy started messing up in '07. I was in Fontana, like an Ontario area, but Fontana's like Lot Lizard City. I was at their terminal, and I was fully loaded with fuel, and I was just waiting on a load, and they weren't loading me. And Mother's Day was coming around, and I had already worked like almost 3 months straight without taking any days off because, you know, single guy, no kids. So I'm like, hey, I need a load to get back to Texas just to spend 2 days with moms, you know what I mean?
Right,
and then I'll roll the rest. And no response on the Qualcomm. And I said, hey, guys, you know, like, hook it up because, like, I'm just dead in the water. I'll take anything. I've been taking anything. I never turned anything down. And nothing. So I'm like, okay. So then all of a sudden I got on the Qualcomm. I said, okay, let me let y'all know this. My tanks are full, and I know I can make it all the way to Texas and then some. So if you guys don't get me loaded, I'm going to deadhead all the way to Texas on your dime. Right away. Boom. Like, come in the office. Let's talk. You know?
Hey, so that's a good tip. That's a power tip right there. For anyone that's a company driver and stuck, just tell them you're about to deadhead right now, and they will find you something, right?
Yeah. And right away, he got me a load, but going through Texas, because I live in El Paso, and they had me a load going all the way to San Antonio. I said, no, I told you that I was going to take these days off, and I let you guys know way ahead of time. You know, I'm not one of those guys that just quits on people, former military. You know, we're just not like that. You know, we go through the protocol. So I said, let me just go straight there, and I'll drop off the load for somebody to, you know, take it back from there. I know you guys can do that. So I got it back to El Paso. I was good to go. The next day, you know, after Mother's Day or during Mother's Day, you know, I was ready to get back on the truck. And so I go, and my truck wouldn't start. And, you know, because the dispatcher had called me in the mornings like, hey, we got loads. You know, you got to go to the yard and get your truck. I said, yeah, no problem. So I went to the yard, dropped off my car, got in the truck, wouldn't start. So I'm like, shit, the batteries are dead. So then I called dispatcher. I said, hey, my truck's dead. Where are the mechanics so I can just get a quick jump? She says, oh, nobody's here. I said, what do you mean? She says, yeah, everybody's on Mother's Day. I was like, well, then what the hell am I going to do with my truck? You called me to take a load, and now my truck won't start. And she's all like, well, I guess you'll have to come tomorrow. I said, I guess so. So I took off. And then again, they called me in the morning. And then I said, all right, I'm ready to go. So I get over there. I got on the truck. And back then it was paper logs. We didn't have the system yet for e-logs.
Yeah, the e-logs.
Yeah, so I you know, got my paper stuff ready, and I'm ready to go, right? So I'm fresh. I'm like fresh as can be. And so all of a sudden she tells me, all right, you know, just sit tight. I said, all right. And then I Qualcomm'd her. I said, hey, you know, I've been sitting here about an hour now. What's the problem? And then nothing, no response. I said, okay, I'm going to give them about another. I'll just keep getting them about an hour on the hour just to make sure they're fresh. So I refreshed the message. Hey, you know, it's been 2 hours now. and you woke me up super early to get here, so I've been awake now like 4 hours. So that means if I drive my full 11, I'm going to be really tired.
Right.
And then so she's just like, nothing. So then I said, okay, I'm just going to take a nap just in case. And then I'll put the Qualcomm right near my head. So if it goes off, I'll be fresh. I woke up 6 hours later. I'm like, oh, hell no. So I said, hey, and I started doing the math. I said, just to let you all know, let me do the math real quick because it goes back to what you were talking about, salary and cost per mile. I said, if I'm sitting here this many hours not moving,
right,
and I divided the hours by the amount of money I make per week and whatnot. I said,
right.
dude, I'm making less than like $4 an hour.
I hear you.
And I was just like, I might as well work at McDonald's.
So,
and still nothing. And I said, look, guys, I've gone a whole week without a check because you guys weren't running me right. But little did I know it was the economy. That's when everything was slowing down.
right.
That's why I tell drivers, if the freight's not moving right now, it might not be the company's fault or your fault. It might just be that the economy's slowing down, and truckers actually have a head start on what's going on before it actually happens. So you guys will actually be able to tighten your belt before everybody else knows because you moved the freight.
Right. No, that's a good power tip. So after that and making it hard at the time because of the economy, what company are you with now?
Oh, I'm waiting on my own authority. I actually have my own truck, and I'm sitting on it right now because I got a homeboy, and I'm thinking about going to the oil field, but I'm sitting tight because he works for an oil field company that outfits the piping. And I told him, how is it over there, bro? Because all these truckers on YouTube. So I got a kind of an inside birdie telling me that it's probably going to slow down here soon because they got a glut, mainly because the pipeline hasn't been finished to the refineries. And that's what they're waiting on. Once that gets connected, then it's full force. But a lot of these drivers at first were water haulers. And then because all the frac sand guys on YouTube were flashing their checks, everybody switched to frac sand. So now the lines are backed up. And I was there for a little bit. The lines are way backed up. And these wells aren't completed. And when a well shuts down, you're not moving any frac sand. The water guys, though, you're getting paid hourly. And that's when I went to after the economy slowed down back in 07, 08, I went to haul water in the oil field. And yeah, you make a lot of money, but you probably won't get much sleep as a water hauler. I was getting like 2-3 hours of sleep, no logs, because, you do it within a 100-mile radius, but still it's dangerous, right?
Right.
I forgot the name of the company there, but there's some companies, folks, you don't want to work for. These little small mom and pop ones they say, oh, you'll go to the mom and pop ones. Actually, no. I went to this mom and pop place. Their trucks are doo-doo. Like they didn't even have mattress in my truck. I didn't complain because I was making money, so I slept on that hard wood,
Hey, that's another power tip, people. If you guys want to go to a small company, make sure it's small but not too small. You know what I'm saying? Because if it's like 200 trucks or something like that, it might be okay. But if it's talking about 4 or 5 trucks, all they need is for one truck to break down, and they can't pay you because they're trying to pay for this truck repair.
Yeah, and some of them are cheap on labor. Like this guy, and here's how you can tell whether it's a good company or bad. If the guy's because his company was right next to his house, right? And I forgot, it was like Energy something LLC, but his shop, everything was on 1 acre of land pretty much, right? And his mechanics aren't even certified. Like he had one kid, he's like 18 years old. Now, granted, some people have experience over certification, but the way they were rigging these trucks up, and one of them, I got a video on my channel. Like, would you drive this shit right here, right? Wires everywhere. Lights were on. I had air leaks. And I would tell the dude, I said, hey, man, this truck has an air leak that needs to get fixed because I'm losing a lot of air. And they told me, well, just babysit it and pull over, let it air up, and keep moving. I'm like, dude, no, I'm not going to do that.
Yeah,
just fix the airbag. I know where it's coming from. I can show you. and that happened to this other driver that I was buddies with him, right? Because he lives in the town next to me. His truck caught on fire, like his back tandems, and it was his brake drums. They overheated, and I didn't notice it because it was at night. And that's the thing, when you're in the oil field, there's no street signs or anything, and when dust is kicking up, you can't really see anything. You just got to really go slow and give the other guy some distance so you can go. If you get lost out there, you're lost. You got to backtrack your steps because there's so many trails out there, especially if you're a water hauler. And so I go, and all of a sudden I see this smoke, and I thought it was dust, but it was smoke off his brake drums. I'm like, oh, damn. So I grabbed my fire extinguisher because he used his all up. I tried to put it out, and I said, oh, dude, this is a metal fire pretty much, catching your tire on fire. So I used all my drinking water and his, and we put it out. It was like glowing cherry hot red. Jeez. And I was like, dude, you just jacked up this truck. And sure enough, he took it in, and they asked me, like, what happened? Why did he run it like this? I said, because you guys you're pushing him to run like that. Don't blame him.
Right.
And then, but technically it should be his fault because he shouldn't be running a truck like that. And so, yeah, like I saw how that owner, he had a beautiful house, hooked up motorcycles, Harleys, big lifted, nice painted truck, but all his work trucks were crap. Like he was putting his money in his lavish lifestyle, but not in his equipment. So that's another flag that you guys should look for. If the guy's a small mom and pop, look at how they're living and how they treat their drivers and employees. He had his mechanics living out of a little trailer. Now, when I say trailer, it was like busted up, old, like 70-something trailer that leaked and all that. It's like this dude didn't treat his people correctly.
Man.
And water. Now, if you're hauling water,
right.
The difference between water and sand, you get paid by a load, a percentage. Water, when I was there, was hourly, so 15 all the way up to 18 an hour, depending on experience. I got 17. Now, another thing you get in the oil field as far as water, there's something called ticket time. You get paid by the ticket. So whether you do that, like let's say it's a 4-hour, they calculate 6 hours to deliver this load or whatever, this water, whatever, producer water. They'll pay you for 6 hours worth, but if you can get it done in 3 hours, well, you're still getting paid the 6 hours. So there's guys that's how they make the bigger money, is they get those ticket time deals. And usually those are expedited because let's say a pump goes out and you got to haul a lot of water because that pump went out and those things are filling up. That's where you make your money in the water, producer water game. Everything else is just hourly. You're just pumping water from a little lake, man-made lake, to where they're going to drill. But you're going to get like maybe 2 to 3 hours of sleep.
Well, that's awesome, brother. So would you mind commenting down below? So, you have a wealth of knowledge in the places that you've been and what you're trying to do and your insider information about the oil field. Would you mind putting your comment down below so other mother truckers can maybe see it and reach out to you and maybe talk to you about maybe their situation?
Yeah, sure. Oh, and another thing about that automation thing, since I have a background in the software field.
Yeah, let us know.
I'll just put me right here so they can see my Adonis shoes thing. But you guys shouldn't be worried too much about automation, right? I'll tell you why. Knowing the code side, right? And pretty soon I'll probably start my own different channel because I'm going to try and teach a lot of truckers how to code, because if you can code in your truck, you guys can create some cool stuff that you can sell for money. So look for me in the future. I'm going to change my name to something else, but if I can teach a kid how to shoot, move, and communicate in the military, I'm pretty sure I can teach a lot of y'all how to code real easily. But the coding side, there's so... What's up, brother?
No, go ahead.
Hello?
Go ahead.
Okay, yeah, I couldn't hear you. But yeah, in the coding side, right? There's so many moving parts in these algorithms, right? To get these things just right. And then when you're dealing with motors and sensors, that's an additional lag on the system. That's why you're hearing a lot of 5G towers going up in the cities, because that's where they're going to need them for all this automation stuff to kick in. And these towers have to be about 500 to 1,000 feet apart. Plus, they crank out lots of microwave radiation pretty much. So I don't know about people living in the city. You're going to be happy with that. And it's crucial that these systems have those 5G towers, because you need these things need a lot of information going back and forth to make them function. So unless these 5G towers go up, you're not going to see too much automation. It's too much bandwidth that it can't handle yet. But another thing is Uber got out of the big trucking automation thing because now they're focusing on small car stuff. That's where the market's at, especially for the taxi stuff. So if you're in the taxi game, you're going to take a hit because there's more money in that right now, delivering people than goods. Later on, once they perfect that, then they'll move into trucking. And another thing about trucking is there's an article that some of these sensors can be fooled. Like they did tests on stop signs to see if they would obey the stop signs. So what they did is they did different graffiti things. And sometimes when they would just put little pieces of tape on the stop sign, the sensors were reading it as a speed limit sign. So these things were blowing right through stop signs.
Oh, wow.
And 100% of the time it worked. Like if you were to put up a speed limit sign or put like pieces of tape to scatter the image of the stop sign, the sensors couldn't read it and they would just blow right through it. So they're like, oh, we got a lot of bugs to work on because otherwise you're going to be killing a lot of people.
Hell yeah.
So that's why I'm saying these things are redundant. And the only thing I see automation doing with the truck, according to the guys I'm talking to, is it's going to be for the long haul. In other words, where there's long stretches of road and a few stop signs here and there and maybe a speed limit sign, but the city is going to require a physical person. So in the future, the most automation is going to get until like the very far future is just autopilot. Like you were saying, the airplanes, you're going to autopilot for like long haul. But if something happens in the system, it'll slow down, or if there's inclement weather, it's going to slow down to a complete stop, alert you to get up, and then you take over from there on cases like that. So it's going to need a physical person still. So that might drop pay a little bit, but it's not going to eliminate drivers like everybody's panicking. So don't worry.
Shoot. Thank you.
It might even help you for backing too. So just like Mercedes, when you set the automatic parking, it'll help drivers park a little bit easier, especially when you're tired at night. These sensors will be all over. It'll read the area, so probably less accidents in the parking area. So that's why you guys shouldn't worry. The ones who should worry are the warehouse guys. Those bots that can lift huge crates and all, those guys are going to worry. Same thing with the shippers and receivers, the blockchain technology, which automates a lot of paperwork stuff. Those guys in the offices, they're probably going to be on the chopping block first before a driver will.
Man, no, thank you so much for that insight. So all you mother truckers out there, until you start seeing some 5G towers that can actually control the bandwidth of these automated trucks, we got nothing to worry about. So
also, yeah, you won't even need here's why you also need people. Imagine this: you have a truck by itself. All it takes is for some pirate hacker guy in the middle of nowhere to place a fake speed limit sign to say, hey, 10 miles an hour. And they can trick the truck into slowing down and stopping completely and then just unload the truck. Imagine that, bunch of self-driving trucks, and you can stop the whole convoy and just rob it.
Hey.
So they need physical people.
So there's a business. So if you guys want to shoot out to Adonis, so we could find a way how to be pirates and make some extra money the other way. So that's
by the way, yeah, that's going to be my company name, Jolly Roger. So in the future, if you see a truck with Jolly Roger Logistics, that's me.
Hey, man, love the call, man. Thanks for all your insight.
No problem,
I really
brother.
appreciate you, brother.
Take it easy, brother.
Yes, sir. Peace out.
Peace out.
See, now you guys know the ticket. Automation, I didn't think about that. The bandwidth that it will take to control these trucks. You got to have 5G. I never even hear of 5G. I only hear of 4G, and my 4G don't even work as it is. So overall, hopefully you guys have enjoyed the show today. Everything looks good. Let's see if there was any questions that maybe you truckers can help me answer. Morin Bo says, retired firefighter, 56-year-old. Where and how do I make the most money? CDLA hazmat or tanker endorsements. So for that question, where do you guys think the most amount of money's in? What kind of trucking? Comment below. Jim Dighton says, why does America have a truck shortage? We're trying to figure that out now. I think they'll always have a truck shortage. My suggestion is because of internet buying. There's just too many people buying stuff, and the more people buy, the more we got to ship stuff, and we don't got enough people. So that's what I think, right? Jim says, I wonder, should I feel guilty for training as a software engineer or electronic engineer? I would hope not to, because people to lose their jobs. Well, you can't feel bad about that, but, it could be a cause. It's always a chain, right? This dude got some knowledge. Yeah, I like listening to him a lot because he has a lot of knowledge about trucking. If you're driving right now, if you're listening to this and you just get opportunity just to see or hear tidbits of this, you can learn something, because we're out here trucking and we all have our own experiences. But if we work as a community, we will learn more from each other. Sometimes the best information you'll ever get is from freestyle information from us just having a conversation. That's why I make these live shows, so that someone might call in, they might not think about it, and they just have the conversation. A lot of times trucker YouTubers, the big problem with us trucker YouTubers is where a lot of times I do it too. I kind of think of a subject like, hey, how can I, attract viewers? And so maybe I'll talk about that subject, right? And sometimes you just kind of have tunnel vision. When you're just having a conversation back and forth with, two experienced drivers or one experienced driver, they come out with some good stuff because it just comes out of the blue. I say one thing, it might trigger another, or they might say something, it might trigger another thought. So that's why these conversations are great, right? So what's good, Jerry Perry? I learned a lot from you as well. Oh, thanks, Adonis. Zero fuse, not O fuse, zero fuse. This guy don't got no. He goes 0 to 100 real quick. But I appreciate everybody. Definitely comment down below. Let me know if you guys are enjoying these live feeds. What I might start doing actually is I might just start doing these live feeds and just call them like trucker jobs or something like that. And then we could all jump on. Hopefully new people jump on the community and we could talk about their experiences. I have enough from the recruiters. I don't want to talk about just recruiters, because recruiters, their job again is just to spit you some information to get you to work for them. Why? Because they're trying to get a paycheck. I want to hear from the driver that has nothing to gain from it but helping out another driver. When it comes from a pure and genuine place, then you know that it can be true. I know that sometimes people might, if you ask someone, hey, what kind of money you make? They might tell you $1 million because they want you to feel that they are successful, that they're doing well. But when you ask people, would you recommend this company? That's when they would say, hey, I better tell the truth, because if this guy jumps on, he's going to be real quick to know what I really make. So it really comes out to that, man. So these live feeds might just be all about trucker jobs, because that's all trucker jobs, trucker schools, learning how to do certain things. But mostly it's about just jumping and elevating your income, your skill set, your income, your money. You know what I'm saying? That's it. It's 43 cents per mile bad pay for a student driver and $50 tarp. If you could make it work, 43 cents a mile. Okay, I burped a little bit. Apologize about that. It really doesn't matter how much miles they're paying you, because if they're paying you 70 cents a mile, but you're only getting 500 miles a week, you're still not making any money, right? These trucking companies are smart. You have to know that. So if a trucking company is offering you a lot of miles, that means that they're going to pay you less, because if you're going to drive more, they know that they're going to have to pay per each mile. So they're going to pay you less cents. If they know that you're not going to drive as much in their company structure, then they'll give you $1 a mile. Well, it doesn't matter if you're only driving 10 miles a week, right? So a lot of these places, man, they're just full of ish, right? And we have to weed between that. And I think the best way to do it is to get this community together. If we could jump ship our community, get more people to get on here and not expose, but just talk about their company, that would be legit. You know what I'm saying? That's what I want. So I appreciate you guys all. I'll do more lives. I'll do more lives in the future. But for now, thank you for being on the Asian Mai Show. I appreciate you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you. Hopefully you guys gained some information today. Your time is very, 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 very valuable. What's going on, Andy? Yeah, I stayed on because people had questions. And we had to get that answered. But, thank you so much. You guys talked about wanting these, so I got these. You can see right here. It says right there, We make the world go round. Original trucker snapback. So we got a few of these. If you guys want, I'll be selling them for $25. So you know I love this thing, but for any of you guys out there that want some of this, let me know. I appreciate you guys. Thank you guys. Love you guys. And I'll jump on live. Twin Truckers, how do we buy the hat? I have no damn clue how you buy the dang hat. I don't know yet. I'll probably just put like a link to my PayPal, and then I'll send them out to you guys. You know what I mean? So, getting a call. I apologize. We are done with the show. Till next time. Appreciate you guys. I'll figure out how I could get these hats to you guys. Thanks again for being a mother trucker. Love you guys. Peace.